The market chops around and moves lower and doesn't give us much information, so we zoom out for a bigger picture look. This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so the market chopped around and then moved lower, but didn't break the S&P low, and it didn't really change the perspective of what we've been tracking on the two counts, either the direct move lower or the ABC higher. So because of that, there's not a lot to go over in the video today, and we're going to zoom out and take a big picture look. I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get a daily S&P update of trade setups and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so we're going to zoom out a little bit and take a look at the big picture. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 4-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And I know a lot of you have gotten on me about how I try to find the bullish count, or I'm too bullish, all these different things. And there's a couple reasons for that. Number one is I truly did believe we needed another high to complete this cycle that fit Elliott Wave. It would look like it should have been a 4 or 5 up for my count and the way I saw it. And two is I know what I believe is going to happen once we concede that this high is in, and it's not very good for the economy or the people or the 401ks or the pensions or anything else. And I don't want that for our country, and I don't want that for our people. So I was hoping to delay that by a couple of years because the bulls did go through my 4 or 5 count that the way I had it counted and gave us that new high so that we could be even more prepared for that fall that we're seeing now, and I think maybe we'll be seeing for a while. So jumping into the chart here, if this is the top and we are done, and that's looking more and more to be the case as the bulls have continued to fail, and now we're getting low enough that this being a wave 4 is just not going to be a very likely scenario. So if this is the top, the count for me off of the top is that this move down that we're getting now into this 3450 region, if that's where we decide to end up, is going to be an A wave down. Okay, of a big correction, because this up here, even though it's count to 5, is a supercycle 3 count. So that means we need a supercycle 4, which is a very, very large wave 4, and then a supercycle 5 after that would take us to highs again. But that will be after a very, very large wave 4. So off of this, I have this counted as an A down because wave 4 should take shape as an ABC. Also, this is a pretty clear 3-wave move down off of the high, which tells me it's a corrective move. So we have the A wave, I think, getting ready to be in place as we pull back here. If they break this low and move down to the 3450 to 3250 range like we've been talking about, I do believe that that should bring us close, if not totally complete the A wave. And of this big circle A right here, okay? After that, okay, or if we're counting where the low is as the low, our other count, our alternate count we've been tracking for the last couple days, after that we would expect to see an A, B, C up to the 50 to 61% retrace, could go even as high as the 764. As an alternate, this is not something that I am saying is going to happen, but when wave 3s, and this is a supercycle 3, miss their target, we wanted to hit 5,000 up here. When they miss their target, very often you can see a B wave, which would be the circle B. You can see that go hit the target. So it is an alternate count that we could still go hit 5,000 in a B wave that would take us up there, and then we would get a C wave down that would be really, really, really ugly. Okay, that is an alternate count. I'll believe it when I see it, but it is something that does happen a fair amount of the time in Elliott Wave. So when the supercycle 3 up here misses, or when any wave 3 misses its target, and we get a wave 4 down, a lot of times the B wave can go up and hit that 5,000 area. Now, it may not be this B wave here is the crazy thing. This A wave, I think, is only the A wave of this giant wave 4. So what we would look at is when we complete down here in the 3450 to 3250 range, or if we've already completed at 3571, we would look for this rally up in B, okay, that would test the August highs. All right, and then we would see a pretty nasty C wave down into the 2900 region here, the 2500 region, as I've been saying, the 1.0 to 1236. And guys, this is based on hitting 3450. So if they don't go down and hit 3450, these numbers will adjust a little bit, but this is the general idea. So we hit this low at 3450. We get the ABC up to challenge the August highs for a B wave. Then we get a C wave down towards 2,900 to 2,500. That would just be the A wave of the move down. All right. Then we would look for a bigger B wave. Okay, that would be lower than this one, but back up towards the 4,000 area. And then we would look for another C wave down that's not even on the screen. It's so low. So that is where we're at in my count, in my opinion and view of how this market will take shape overall. It is not a pretty sight. It is not something that will be good overall if it does take shape the way we see it or the way I see it. And it could drag out for quite some time. So again, off of the high, we're looking for the A of A down, then the B up, then the C just to complete the A wave of this giant correction. Okay, then a big B wave up, and then a big C wave down after that, taking us into the thousands area for the SP 500 overall. So that's how I see it playing out. Again, that's just my opinion on my count on Elliott Wave. Of course, nothing is set in stone, but this is what I would be watching for personally as the count plays out and as we follow the correction that we're going to get off of this supercycle wave 3. Okay, on the NASDAQ, okay, should play out pretty similarly as these markets do trade in step. If they move down to the target that we've talked about here in the 10,000 to 10,500 range, we would be looking for the ABC back up to challenge the August highs, which would be between 13,200 and 14,000. So we'd look for that move up. Okay, and again, these are placeholders until we get the true bottom in place and start these moves that we're looking for. But in the bigger picture, this is what we're looking for: a move up to that 13 to 14,000 range, and then a pretty nasty C wave down into the 8,000 range, which would be the 1.0, so the 8,000 to 7,000 range, just depending on if they extend or not. Then again, you'd be looking for that B wave up, because this would just be the A wave overall. You'd get that B wave up, and then C down into the 5,000s or even the 4,000 area, just depending on how this all plays out. So it's not a pretty picture. It's not something that we're excited about, but it is something that if we're prepared for, we can protect our money and we can make money and we can survive. So that's our big picture update on what happens if this is the super cycle top that we think it could be turning into, since the bulls have been MIA. And we have now dropped enough that we may just be entering that territory. Guys, if you love the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link and it will take you right over to the webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans and they both come with a 7-day free trial, because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it and become part of our trading team before you ever spend your money. You can cancel at any time. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, we have all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means that our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are looking for day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's based on how he structures the trade, which is very unique. You kind of have to see it to understand it, and that's why we give you that 7-day free trial to make sure it's for you, again, before you spend your money. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, it's very important now more than ever. Come join us, see what it's about. You get that free trial, okay, because we want to make some money together when this market may not be making money for most. All right, key takeaways for today. Overall, same 2 patterns that we're tracking, down in 5 towards 3250 to 3450, and then we're looking for this ABC up back towards 4200 plus. If they can't break the low, obviously we can get that ABC up sooner than later. We have 2 big catalysts with CPI and the Fed, so I imagine we will find out where we're at pretty soon. Over on the NASDAQ, same basic setup, except they've broken the lows, looking for that move in 5 down to the 10,000 to 10,500 area, and then an ABC up again towards that 13 to 14,000 area, and a big rally in wave B before we see the bigger sell-off again in wave C. And again, guys, this will take some time. This isn't happening in the next week or so. Otherwise, if they don't move directly lower from here, we could see that ABC sooner than later. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.